good? What's good? Salute to the family. Salute to the PWP family. Just Do family. If you're in here, if you're rocking with me, you family. So appreciate y'all pulling back up this second trip around. Y'all know my slogan, man. I ain't here to break the news. I'm here to have a conversation, man. So we gonna have a conversation. I don't know if y'all came across it, but just a little while ago, it's probably a couple hours by now, since this little interview came out with Sebastián Fundora that he did with Fight Hype. So salute to Fight Hype. Shout out to Fight Hype, man, for that clip, that interview with Sebastián Fundora. He had some interesting things to speak on. D Free was good with it, my bro. My bad, y'all. Apple and LD was good with it, bro. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Crush was good with it, my bro. Appreciate y'all pulling back up, man. Y'all know I'm just staying active. I ain't gonna be here super long on this. I just wanted to chop it up because it was a good topic, man. Nonetheless, Fundora, he coming off his win over Lubin, man. So he might be feeling himself, and he got a fight coming up this weekend with Carlos Ocampo, if I'm not mistaken, who I expect him to beat pretty convincingly too, if we're gonna be honest. I know Ocampo only loss was a knockout loss to Errol Spence some years ago. I think he on like a 11 fight win streak since then. You know what I mean? But again, it's not just the win streak, it's who he's been fighting since he's been on this win streak. And to be quite honest with you, he ain't really done himself no favors by fighting a subpar opposition. I think he's gonna run into some trouble against Fundora, a much bigger, longer, taller man. Man, he younger, he fresher. You know what I'm saying? Carlos Ocampo got some fights under his belt, man. You know what I mean? This kid is only 26 years old. He's 34-1, 22 KOs. Like I said, his only loss was a knockout loss in 2018 to Spence. Since then, he's been on a pretty much a 10-11 fight win streak, But again, it's against subpar, mediocre opposition at best. If we're being honest, no notable names, outside of fighting Errol Spence. I don't want to call these fighters trash, but these are not the cream of the crop at 54 at all. So, to say the least, he ain't really done himself no favors by fighting these gimme fights. Jaguar Black was good with it, bro. Appreciate you for pulling up. How you been, man? How you been? Appreciate you. Y'all smash that like button for me. I ain't gonna keep y'all here too long, but we gonna have this quick conversation, Let's start by listening for a bit. Keep doing your thing, bro. The right name for your channel. You get what I'm saying? See? I appreciate that because you know what the channel name is all about, bro. I appreciate that. Gots to get boxing is just do. Gots to be the balance of this YouTube stuff, Give people some something a decent conversation to look forward to every time y'all hear. Y'all know I'm all about the conversation, but we're gonna get into it, man. Like I said, Fundora has some interesting things to say. I'm gonna shout out to Fight Hype because I'm definitely about to screen share and play this interview from Fundora and then get y'all, I'm gonna give my quick thoughts on it. And I'm gonna tell y'all what I think about these potential matchups that he's talking about. Because if we being honest, not to put the cart before the horse, this dude is gonna beat Carlos Ocampo. We being honest, in my opinion. So I'm kind of looking forward. I know, I mean, it would be wise for Fundora to be focusing on the task at hand, but the names that he mentioned in this interview and pretty much what he said, he'll have to beat Charlo by KO. He would want that fight. He said he ready now. Just like the thumbnail say, I'm gonna play this interview for y'all from Carlos Ocampo. So again, salute to Fight Hype for the interview, but I'm damn sure about to screen share this. Let's see what Sebastian, the Towering Inferno, had to say, man.
But if not, I'm gonna focus on my career. I have a lot of things to do still. I'm not world champion yet, so I'll just, as soon as they call me, I'll take the chance. But till then, I'm just gonna focus and continue to get these wins.
Gotcha. Now, I got to ask you about a certain guy that, kind of came stomping into your division. I believe it was about last month or so, and Danny Garcia, huge name, big star, looked great against Jose Benavidez Jr. What did you kind of think of overall?
It was a good fight. Good fight. I feel like he's turning back to the Danny Garcia that we know and love, and that weight jump was probably what he needed to feel more comfortable with his body again. I love to get a fight with him, of course, just like everybody else. Everybody thinks that's a good money fight, like Tony Harrison and all them. Who doesn't want to make money in the sport? He's a big name. He's a former champion. He's already introduced into the weight class, but let's
AJ, salute, bro. Again, appreciate you for pulling up.
Why not?
How would you kind of see a fight like that playing out? Granted, I know you're going to say that you're going to win. That's pretty obvious for you to say. But could you see yourself stopping a guy like Danny Garcia, somebody that has such a granite chin and hasn't really been hurt throughout his whole entire career?
I can't really say without being in the fight myself. Maybe after that first round, I could tell you, but I think it'll be a great fight. He's an explosive fighter. He's a strong fighter, and I know it'll be a great fight for the fans.
You aren't exactly.
That was some honesty right there. I appreciated his honesty when they asked him, do you think you could stop a guy like Danny Garcia? He said he wouldn't know until you get in there with him. This is the kind of responses I expect from fighters when they being realistic and real with themselves. The easy answer would be, yeah, I could stop him and say anything because it's a good soundbite. But Fundora was responsible and real enough with himself to say he don't know that until you get in there, because Danny Garcia is shown to have a granite chin, and you ain't never really seen him come close to really being stopped. You know what I mean? Should I believe Fundora? Yeah. I'm rocking with Fundora. His energy and his go salute, my bro. Appreciate you for pulling up. That's really cool, bro. I thought I recognized it. Pick. Salute to everybody. Y'all smash the like button for you, bro. We're going to play this. Like I said, I ain't going to be here too long on this one. We're going to cook this one, and I might finish the day off with a third live and rock that one out. But we're going to get through this.
He's a guy that, a lot of people are calling out. People are calling out Charlo. They're calling out Danny. They were calling out Erickson Lubin, Tony Harrison. Fundora isn't exactly the guy that everybody's calling out, maybe because you're about 11 feet tall. Do you see yourself staying at 154 for a pretty long period of time, or do you eventually see yourself sooner rather than later going up to 160?
As of right now, I'm comfortable at this weight class. As of right now. And I say that because our body's always growing. But we'll see by next year. I have plans to become a champion at this weight class. But if my body tells me after the holidays, hey, time to move up to 160, time to move up to 175, I'm just going to do it, I'm not going to worry about it. That's my career, that's my body. If God tells me to do it, let's go.
I also respect that. He just kind of lost me with it. If God tells him to do it, then he gonna go. Like, bro, God ain't gonna tell you to do nothing. Stop. Your body is gonna tell you to do it because you 6'5", 6'6", and you weigh 154 pounds. So if it's anything that's gonna tell you to move up, it's gonna be your natural body telling you to move up. But I appreciate how he said basically, once it's time for him to move up, if his body tell him it's time, he gonna move up. Basically meaning to me, when it's all said and done, the minute his body tell him it's time to move up, he's willing to do that. So, that's why I never really agreed with this whole notion of him being a weight bully. I think he's a tall, young, slender kid. You know what I'm saying? I think he's just a slim guy. You know what I'm saying? That happened to be tall as hell. But at the end of the day, I think him being young and so youthful right now, he could get away with making 154-pound limit, but as he get older, it's going to get much harder, and he's going to grow out of that weight class naturally, like all fighters do. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue.
Gotcha. Well, I have to ask you now because you were already talking about Charlo. Tim Tszyu have next, and then you're hoping that you have next after that. Who do you kind of see winning that fight? Do you think it's a little bit too early for him, or do you think he actually has what it takes to usurp Charlo and become undefeated?
I think all the mandatories have what it takes. That's why they're in that position. But I do have Charlo winning. I do think he's stronger. I feel it almost as a Castaño and Charlo fight.
See, again, well, I played this interview for y'all because I appreciate the how honest, Sebastián Fundora was being, and how he didn't pull no punches, how he didn't slight none of the fighters. He said they obviously mandatories for a reason. That's why they're in position. But he simply feel like when it comes to Charlo and Tim Tszyu, he feel like Charlo is going to beat him. Just a better fighter. He's strong. He's very disciplined, as he say. He's just a better fighter. You see him beating Tim Tszyu, similar to how he beat, Castaño in a way. So let's continue.
Gotcha. Now forget about Charlo. Forget about Danny Garcia. Another guy who I believe he fought either on the same card as you or in close proximity to you was Tony Harrison. He got a great win over that you fought in Sergio Garcia. How did you see it performing? And if you did, what did you kind of think of it?
I watched some of it. Tony Harrison did his thing. He looked great. Beautiful boxing. Hopefully we have a fight with him later on in the future too. He's a former champion. He's a great talent at 154. It'll be a great fight for the fans as well. I know a lot of people want to see it. He's the number one in the WBC, and for a reason. Again, he's a talented fighter, and I'd love to fight him.
And there you go. So you see, just so y'all understand, where this live was going. This is why I had Tony Harrison, Jermell Charlo, and Danny Garcia in the thumbnail, because these are fighters that he had mentioned that he would like to fight. Danny Garcia, he already said he feel like that'd be a money fight. That's what people tell him. That'd be a money fight. He'd love to fight Danny. You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to double back. He's going to mention some more a little later on about Charlo, but that's another fight. Of course he'd want. You get what I'm saying? And he said Tony Harrison is number one, which is also another fight that he could take because, they got a common opponent in Sergio Garcia, which, in my opinion, Tony Harrison was more so surgical against Sergio Garcia, whereas Sebastián Fundora struggled. And I think he got some of his weaknesses exploited in that fight against Sergio Garcia. So I think these top-level fighters at 54 will definitely be able to exploit the holes in Sebastián Fundora game. Not going to just come in there and be able to fight on the inside against everybody and just wear them and mow them down. That's not going to happen because you want to be completely honest. The one fight that I question if he really should have lost was that draw that he got on his record against Jermell Clark. Jermell Clark was rocking with him. You know what I'm saying? And I just didn't think it was a draw. I think Clark should have edged that fight slightly. But that's how the push is behind Fundora because they gave it a draw. So that told you it was a good fight. But I think Jermell Clark edged him out. He was tagging this big dude. MP, my bro, what's good with it, bro? We appreciate you for pulling back up. I take Jeff Horn by head bump the eyes.
You've done everything that you had to do in terms of, making your way up the rankings, beating Erickson Lubin, who was on a really great win streak and a terrific fight. But, over the past few years, Charlo, unfortunately, has fought, about one time per year. Hopefully that won't continue, but, he has fought only one time per year. So let's just say that trend continues. I know you're not the type to be like, hey, I want to fight this guy, I want to fight that guy, I'll beat that guy up, whatever. I know you're not the type. But if you can't land that Charlo fight, who is that one guy that you're just like, all right, I know he doesn't have a belt, but if I can beat this guy, nobody can deny me a title shot.
Well, it's we're gonna stay in the top 10. We're gonna stay whoever wants to fight in the top 10. If we have to fight the other mandatories, why not? I'll do, I'll just continue to put on these hard fights because I feel like that's what's gonna make us grow. That's what's gonna make us ready for that Charlo fight. If we're not ready already, I already feel like I'm ready, but that's gonna keep us ready if anything.
Now, again, just to double up on why I brought y'all this video and this live is because we always want fighters when they talk about who they can fight and who they gonna fight next. We like for them to be realistic. Now, it's not so much that he called anybody out, But everything he's saying is spot on. This is the kind of energy that should be supported in boxing. Did you hear what he said? If I got to fight, I want to stay in the top 10. Let's stay right up in the top 10. I want to continue to make the best fights. He's saying, you know what I mean? If he stayed within the top 10 and if he got to face the mandatories, then so be it. If he want to give people the toughest fights because that's what's going to help him grow. This is the energy we need more of in boxing. So it's this came out of left field. I didn't know at the end of today I was going to be more of a Sebastián Fundora fan after this little interview. So I don't know how people process and digest content, but to me, I heard a young man that's saying a lot of the right things, his mind in the right spot, despite what people think of him. You know what I mean? He is a problem. You know what I'm saying? He a big threat. His mind is in the right place. He's speaking the way we want top fighters to speak. You get what I'm saying? He's speaking like a champion already. He willing to face any and all mandatories if that's what it takes for him to get the big fights. That's what he's gonna do. He feel like giving the fans the biggest or toughest fights is what's gonna help him grow. That's the energy we need in boxing. So it's like I said, surprisingly enough, after today, man, I am a much more of a Sebastián Fundora fan. Just simply put, this is the energy we ask for our fighters to have, our champions, our top level fighters. And although he's still in that prospect stage / moving his way into the contender side of things, and he got his mind right, and I like where he's going with it, and I could root for this energy. Win, lose, or draw, I could support this dude because we already know he's gonna come to fight. Now that's why I like to listen to interviews. You get to hear how these fighters think. He ain't wait till a camera was in front of him to just start talking reckless ignorance. He wasn't doing that. This was very clear, easy to understand. It was a good interview, and salute the fight hype, and shout out to Sebastián Fundora for being young and just understanding what the fans want, having a fan first attitude. That's the kind of attitude he got. He got a fan friendly fight. He come to fight, and with an attitude like this, how could you not support him? So for me, big shout out to Sebastián Fundora for being solid, man, and just being real in this interview. You get what I'm saying? He kept it real. You want him to be confident in himself. Of course, he gonna say he think he can knock Charlo out. The way he phrased it, but at the end of the day, he say he ready and he'll have to knock Charlo out. That's the kind of fight he won against the Charlo. But I'm gonna play the rest of this, and we're gonna finish chopping it up.
What makes you say that you're already ready for a Charlo fight? Granted, I'm not saying that you're not, but I'm saying you're pretty early in your career. You do have a really good amount of good wins under your belt. Like I said, you did knock out Lubin. But what makes you so confident that you're just like, hey, I know this guy has all of the belts. He's a pound for pound level guy, a really great fighter, but I know I can beat him right now.
Well, I feel like we've been growing. We've been fighting this hard competition for a long time already. I feel like the whole time I've been with PBC, it's only been hard competition. So another hard fight, not that it's no different, but it's something we can do, you know? So seeing a pound for pound unified champion, I think it's something we can do as well. Because again, we've been fighting this hard competition. We just fought the number 1. Before that, we fought the number 2. Before that, we fought the number 4. So these are hard fights. These aren't easy fights. So it's like, it's nothing new to us.
Gotcha. It makes a lot of sense, actually. I would also have to ask you to kind of, give me just your thoughts on Charlo overall as a fighter. I believe he's knocked out, I know he's knocked out every other world champion that he's fought, from Rosario to Castano and someone else. Oh, when he matched Tony Harrison and beat him for the belt, he knocked him out as well.
Yes.
How do you kind of look at him as a fighter? I'm already assuming that you think that he's the top guy. Everybody has to think that. But just what do you kind of think of him as a fighter overall?
Talented fighter. Very talented, very strong, very disciplined. A champion. That's what a champion is, no? But I like to fight him, of course. That's just the competitive side of me in boxing, Anybody that comes into my weight class, of course, we want that fight. We don't have to call out names, of course, because it's gonna happen. If you're the best, we want to fight you, of course. That's the obvious. Everybody wants to do that in the sport. But to look at his career, you definitely have to recognize him that he's one of the greats right now.
I know.
And just you see more of Lady Do. Salute. Appreciate you for popping up. Don't work too hard. But you see more of what you want your fighter to be saying, man. He want these tough fights. He want, if you the best, that's the kind of fights he want. But he understands it's a process and he got to build his way there. And what I'm hearing is a young guy that's willing to fight any and everybody to get to the next step. And that's what you want to hear your fighter say. He gave Jermell Charlo his credit. He's strong, he's tough, he's talented, very disciplined, a true champion. That's what a champion is. But he'll love to fight him. You get what I'm saying? He'll love to fight him. That's something that he think he could do because he feel like he been taking a tough test. And he's been tested to some degree, throughout his career. But, I think he got a ways, a little ways away before, realistically speaking, before he get a Charlo fight. And again, I think he understands that, but he's just answering these questions spot on. This is how, salute again to Fight Hype for asking the right questions, and bigger salute for Fundora for not being an attention whore and really being responsible on how he answered these questions and conducted himself. This is how you want prime champions to speak. You want them to talk like this, or should I say not even champions? Because he's speaking more like a prospect trying to work his way into contention to eventually be a champion. This is how you want a prospect to talk on the way up. You get what I'm saying? I ain't saying you got to be humble, but be realistic and logical. And I think Fundora has been that the entire time he's been being interviewed by Fight Hype. So salute to him for being a stand-up dude. And again, this is the energy that we could support and back 100% when it comes to sport of boxing. Don't matter what nationality is, what the skin color is. This is the energy. This is good for boxing. This is great for boxing. So more people need to take notes to this interview. Fundora did. They need to take notes. But we about to finish this up.
I know that you've said before that you don't really like to predict knockouts or anything like that, but your punch output is so ridiculous. Like I remember I was talking to Lubin actually a few days after his fight with you. And he was just like, he thought that he could box you from the outside, but whenever you would take like literally one step, you was just already in his face. Do you think that your style can kind of lead to you not only beating Charlo but also stopping him as well?
That's what we work for. That's what we do work for. We feel like, not that we feel it, but you go in there with the champion. You're already 2 rounds behind, so you can't leave it to the judges. You have to go there and you have to win it. Win it with a fashion that everybody knows you won. And the only fashion I see that way winning is say if we get like a stoppage win or a knockout win. That's the only convincing way, and it's good for the fans, it's good for everybody, maybe we'll start getting the real respect that we deserve it, and that's how we have to win that fight.
You hear? That's more energy. That's what we want in the sport, man. I'm going to double down because that's the whole point of bringing this up, because I pretty much doubt you see anybody else chop this up and break this down. You're going to see more of the same titles with Bud and Spence, and I ain't no knock to nobody, but we at least over here I got some variety, and I make sense and logic out of these interviews and be able to break them down in a way people probably don't even spend their time doing. This was a hell of an interview. Maybe at some point it'd be me holding that camera interviewing these dudes instead of, replaying fight hype shit. But into the meantime, we're going to keep chopping these interviews down and breaking down how these fighters speak. And again, this is how you want a young fighter to speak. He understands, you going into the fight with a champion. You already down 2 rounds. You can't leave it to the judges. Look how he talking. He going to go in there and try to go for it. That's what you want to hear. That's exactly the energy you want from all fighters, man. More of them thought like this and moved exactly the way he's speaking, we'll be getting all the fights we want. I can guarantee you that. So I'm really going to salute this dude over and over in this interview, because this is energy not too many fighters are putting out. I don't care what nobody say. And again, you've seen it. You've seen his willingness to fight whoever. So I doubt when it's time for him to fight somebody tough, he gonna tuck his tail. I don't see it happening. There are some tougher fights for him, because there's some guys that he ain't gonna just be able to like swarm and overwhelm and outwork and just maul and beat up on. Everybody's not going for that. So I know he understands that. But for right now, His style is a hell of a one to deal with, but it's definitely some smoke at 54 for him. Just let him keep doing his thing. And again, the whole point of bringing this up, y'all, was to show y'all it's really, this is the energy we need in boxing, because we'd be pissed off about how these top fighters be moving, but you know what? When I see one really moving how he's supposed to, the same way we hold their feet to the fire when they not moving right, we can have that same energy and the same transparency when they talking and moving right. And I think right now that's what Fundora is doing. You know what I'm saying? All these questions. Of course, he focused on Ocampo, but these questions are realistic because, you know, this is a what have you done for me lately? And everybody want to know what's next when it comes to the sport of boxing. So in this case, you see where his mind is at. He get past this guy, you know what I mean? Harrison was on deck next. Hey, bro, he did mention that. He did mention like a Harrison fight. So he gonna fight Ocampo this weekend. I believe that's the 8th. Like, you know what I mean? He gonna get him. I believe he gonna beat Ocampo up. I really do. He most likely stop Ocampo. I'll be surprised if he don't stop him. If he don't stop Ocampo, I'll be a little surprised, but I definitely expect him to win. He said Tony Harrison, that's definitely a fight he'll like. You know, they share a common opponent in Sergio Garcia. And I think one could argue that Tony Harrison looked better against Sergio Garcia than Fundora did, even though I don't do triangle theories. But that's just a, you know, a bit of a backstory there, a common opponent. So, yeah, he got Ocampo, MP. He got Ocampo next. Once he get him out the way, look how he talking. He said Danny Garcia is a money fight. So they obviously been discussing that for him. He said they say that's the money fight. That'd be a bit, who doesn't want to make money? So he all about making his money. But he's also about challenging himself accordingly, like how you want a young fighter to do. And I just got to appreciate it. Win, lose, or draw, I'm going to support Sebastián Fundora. As long as his energy is like this is something I can rock with 100%, yo. And I'm telling you, I just wish more fighters had this energy, man. I'm telling you, I did not think today I would wake up and at the end of the day or in the middle of the, you know, the evening, I'll be a bigger Sebastián Fundora fan, but you just got to give credit where it's due. The way he handled himself in this interview and the way he answered them questions, that's the energy we need. He told you everything you want to hear from a fighter. He willing to take the toughest fights. If the mandatories is who he got to fight to get to the next step, that's what he on. You got to rock with it, man. Kind of loco, salute my bro. Appreciate you for pulling up. Yeah, come on. Come right there, you know. But I want to say it like, you know, I want to say the way he phrased it, like he feel like going in there against the champion, he already down 2 rounds, so he can't afford to leave it to the judges. So the only way, like, for him to probably win that fight and do it convincingly where the judges is out of their hands is to be able to knock Charlo out. And that's the way he see it. You know, he said it along them lines. He ain't straight up just say flat out, I'll knock him out. But he said that in so many words. He said that. And he said he ready for him if he had to face him, because he feel like he been facing a tough competition since he been in the sport, since he been in boxing. And, you know, he been tough. He been tested fairly well, but I know he understand he got a little ways to go before he get to Charlo, obviously. So, like a Danny Garcia fight would be interesting for me. I think so. Like, I want to see him against any of these people. Shit, he had 54. Xander Zayas be whooping people ass. To be honest, that's one of my favorite 54 pounders. I do like that young kid. As long as he keep improving, he damn sure gonna be a problem. So, you know, but a Tony Harrison and Fundora, it'd be a good fight because we know Tony Harrison ain't gonna stand there and try to brawl with him. He gonna box, and I think he got very, very good feet. And I know he got better feet than Fundora, and he possibly could exploit, you know, Fundora's weakness to be able to box from the outside. You know, this dude is limited from the outside. He just don't box well. That you would think that would be his strength, given his physical dimensions, but no. He likes to get in the inside and just slug it out for the most part. Fighting the inside, he got a hell of an inside game, hell of a motor and punch output. But I've seen it. When you make this dude move, you a moving target and not stationary, he struggles. I've seen it. I've seen it more than once. I've seen it enough to know you need to put together a strategic game plan to beat this dude. Fighting him in the inside, 9 times out of 10 for most fighters just wouldn't be smart. That's his bread and butter. That's what he want to do. You got to force him to do the shit that he don't want to do and the shit that he can't do well, which is fight at a distance. He don't. When you're moving, he get frustrated and it's harder for him. He just don't look as fluid. But when you stand there and you're stationary and you want to be mano a mano with him, that's when he shines. That's when he look his best. But I guarantee you, If he fighted Tony Harrison and Tony Harrison come using that footwork, how we know he got, guarantee you he gives Sebastián Fundora some fits until you catch up to him. You know what I'm saying? And if Tony Gas tank, hold up, telling you, I could see him outboxing a Fundora, but nonetheless, it's an intriguing matchup because if Tony Harris and Gas or get caught, he could get knocked out. So tell me y'all wouldn't want to see that. Who wouldn't want to see if Danny Garcia Power really transitioned up to 54 with him? I would watch him against Fundora. Why not? I'm with it. This dude is willing to take on whatever challenges people see fit to get him to that next level. And again, that's just refreshing when you got a lot of posturing and you know, pissing contests going on in the sport of boxing with the upper level or the top level fighters. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of jockeying for position and posturing and shit talking on social media. This dude is refreshing to hear his energy in this interview. I don't think the only thing I don't feel like he doing is knocking the Charlo out, but everything else he was spot on. I feel him. He said when it's time to move up, his body tell him it's time to move up. He has no problem at all moving up. Like, he addressed that, like, you know, because he probably know people be saying shit, how the hell is you making 154? And I think that the main factor to that right now is his age right now and the fact that he's naturally slim. He look like it, yo. And he look hungry. They ain't feeding him either. They ain't feeding this kid. Chop was good with it, bro. Appreciate you for pulling up. My bad, y'all. I just had to, you know what I mean, bring this conversation to y'all as always, man, because definitely was interesting nonetheless, man. Like I said, I would like to see him against any of these dudes moving forward. I feel like he's going to dust Ocampo off. I don't think he's going to be much of a challenge for this dude. Maybe he hang around for a little bit, but he mess around and get stopped again. You know what I'm saying? He only got the one loss. That was to Earl Spence back in 2018. He on like a 10-11 fight win streak, all against mid-level, subpar opposition. So he ain't really challenged himself. I think Fundora style is gonna cause some fits for Ocampo, and he gonna have to be on his bike. He gonna have to move, and I just don't see him having that kind of style to be able to stay away from Fundora. And it's just he gonna force him into the kind of fight he like, and I think he gonna end up stopping this dude with accumulation of punches. More than likely, he gonna break him down. Big Texas, what's good with it, my bro? D man, my bro, what's good with it? Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Y'all smash that like button for me if y'all haven't, man. We just getting through this. I think this was almost it, though.
Got it. And just my last question, man, kind of to go back to your fight against Ocampo, obviously. You know, you kind of touched on it just 2 minutes ago when you were saying that, you know, it's not just about not just the win, it's about how you're getting these wins. And at this point in your career, you're kind of at that point where it's like, okay, Fundora didn't really look like, I mean, just from looking on the outside looking, he looks like the nicest guy ever. Until, you know, you get in the ring with them. So at this point in your career, do you feel like a little bit of that pressure where you're just like, damn, you know, I don't just have to get these wins anymore. Like, I got to start knocking guys out, even though you've already been doing it. But now I guess people are going to expect more of that from you.
Yeah, I don't feel pressure from it. It's only, I feel it helps me, you know, like this is what they expect. I mean, you could look at it as a pressure type of thing, like not losing your O. You don't want to lose your O and stuff like that. But it's just more motivation.
Man,
like,
somebody better get their sick ass dog away from my window.
You know, and
man,
that's it.
Get
You know,
that damn basset hound the fuck away from my window,
man.
bro.
Really appreciate you. And really looking forward to your fight, man. You're a joy to talk.
Goofy ass dog out of here.
Thank you for having me.
Rude ass motherfuckers. I go out there and slap that dog with a roll of newspaper or something. Out here, you gonna come by my window with it. Get your ass out of here. Sound like that dog about 78 in dog years. Old ass dog. Y'all feel me though? Yeah, that dog was tripping. He was, I don't know if y'all heard it. It was pissing me off. Who dog was that? Like, why is he by my shit going off like that? I'm over here trying to chop it up with this fam. He out here tripping. Yeah, you hear it? It's that shit. Sound like one of them shits. It sound like that shit hunt squirrel or something, man. Get that damn dog out of here. What's wrong with these people? Get it out of here, bro. Yo, I'm telling you. But yeah, man. Yeah, so in a nutshell, man, again, just to wrap, just to wrap this end up, Fundora, man, I like his energy. You know what I mean? He ain't gotta be a favorite. You know what I mean? Demetrius Bright, my bro, what's good with it? Appreciate you for pulling up. Yeah, I love dogs, but not that one. That dog was sounding sickly. I'm like, bro, you better get from over here with that. You gonna just stand? What you gonna stand by my spot with that and just let him trip out by the window? Rude ass people. If it ain't them, it's the neighbors upstairs stomping through the damn floor, tripping. Word, people be losing it. My bro G5, what's good with it, Physical? Appreciate you for pulling back up. The second round again. I think I might go again one more trip, man. I might rock out one more time before the night over, y'all. I'm gonna see if the bros want to chop it up on this topic. Appreciate everybody in the building. Y'all smash that like button, man. Let's get these likes up, man. Come on, man. Yeah, Fundora at 60. He would do so good at the weight. Yeah, Ghost. And that's why it's like I wish I would have caught all of that. That's some of the things. That's one of the things he mentioned. Like, yo, when it's time for him to go up, he willing to do it. Like, he's not gonna have a problem going up. He's not gonna try to, shrink himself down. Like when his body tell him it's time, he taking his ass up. He say, I don't have no problem. That's a check. He say he willing to fight any and everybody. He want to stay within the top 10. He want to get the fans the best fights possible. He feel like fighting the tough fights is going to get him where he need to be. That's all the energy that we need from a fighter, yo. And although he might not be our favorite fighter, like I said, Ja, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, my bro. Appreciate you for pulling up as always, Chop. I'll see you on the next one. But yeah, what's good with my bro D-Free? What's good with it, D-Free? Boxing matchups, D-Free was good with it. Appreciate you for pulling up. But yeah, man. So again, that's the energy you want to hear. I think he's gonna dust Ocampo off, and he gonna move on, and hopefully they put him in there with one of these fighters that he mentioned. That's in his thumbnail. You got Danny Garcia. I know Charlo off limits right now, but Tony Harrison or Danny Garcia. Why is that not realistic? It should be. It should be very realistic. He in that weight class. All things can happen. All fights can happen. Whether it be a Tony Harrison and Danny Garcia next, I'm cool with that. Or Tony Harrison and Fundora at some point. If he get either of those guys, I'll be cool with it. I would want to watch any of them. Robin spoke about it on the interview. Yeah, the man could barely see it. Wonder how good he would be if he could see straight. And you know what's funny, Ghost? Remember when people was thinking Charlo was scared of J-Rock, then they postponed the fight or something for a second, and Charlo had to get like LASIK surgery or something to his eye. Man, I don't know if that shit made a difference, but that boy had pinpoint accuracy in that fight, and that uppercut was like one he never threw in his career. Still to this day, that uppercut Charlo landed against J-Rock is the best uppercut he ever threw in his life, ever. And this right after he's supposed to have got his eyes fixed. I'm like, man, that shit must have made a difference because he killed him, man. He smoked him with that uppercut. Laser surgery. Yeah. For Fundora should look into that, yeah. He should look into that. Yeah, lasers, bro. His father on the interview and supposedly he can't see nothing without the glasses. He probably like Velma from Scooby-Doo. You know what I'm saying? Can't see without my glasses. He probably like Velma, so I'm telling you. Yeah, they did something like that. I wonder if we would see Fundora use his range a little more. If he got his eyes fixed, hey, that's an interesting question because I always say that. Like me, I don't wear glasses for nothing. But I ain't like that though. I ain't one of them though. Mine is more so. I definitely need to see. Period. But reading is where I would struggle most. Not with seeing people like not up close and nothing like that. So yeah, that's a good question to wonder because I'm telling you the Charlo accuracy was on that night against J-Rock, man. I'm telling you that timing, I knew it was timing, it was accuracy, like he was just spot on, man. He smoked J-Rock with that uppercut. Kid tall as hell. He is, man. I'm telling you, they feeding him rice patties and motherfucking celery wraps and shit like that. Lettuce wraps. Lettuce wrap with carrots and beets and shit. He didn't eat nothing that's a meat. He definitely don't eat that. I don't know how that boy's staying strong. Don't lie to you, my glasses every time for driving. Yeah, it's certain shit like that, but not so much just like you could, like if you had to fight somebody, you probably wouldn't need your glasses. He probably struggles because he don't have, his vision clear in the ring. That might make a difference, yo. Maybe he might see him fight better from the outside, because that's why I feel like it's a glaring weakness that Tony Harrison, with his style being a mover and can box, I think he could give Fundora some problems as long as he could keep him somewhat out of range from being able to just constantly unload on him, because that'd be bad for him. The accuracy when his distance not that great, so it got me wondering after I heard about his eyes. I'm telling you, and that's why I feel like he struggled. And it's like normally somebody that tall that long don't struggle, and it's not like he can't fight from distance. He's just not good at it for one reason or another, and he's just too long gifted, like, physically in terms of length and height, to be able to not utilize that to his advantage at this point. Because he moving up the ladder, I think he's gonna have to utilize doing more than just getting people in the inside and kind of outworking them and overwhelming them. He's gonna have to do a bit more than that. Yeah, stupid. They need to feed him some steak and give him milk before he sleep. That brother thin. Telling you, he eating lettuce, beet wrap, carrot wraps. You know what I'm saying? That's what he eating, and rice patties with soy sauce. That's the only flavor he gets, soy. I'm telling you, they ain't feeding him right. They ain't feeding that boy right. They is not feeding that boy right, man. They not. But again, man, not to just be too long on this. That any of those fights will be good for Fundora moving forward. I think I would hope to see any of these dudes match up, even if he don't get one of the two. I would like to see Danny and Tony Harrison, because it was some talk about them possibly fighting too. So hopefully one of these fights get made. And again, salute to Fundora and Fight Hype for conducting the interview, and for Fundora for how he answered them questions in the interview, how realistic he was. Guy that long usually doesn't do his best work on the inside. That's what I'm saying. I feel like if he's good on the inside, if he develops a good outside game, he'll be a cheat code at any weight that he gonna be at. That's a fact. And it really start having to come down to fighters really having to be smarter than him in there, because he'd be able to do a lot. Like, that's a lot. Having a mean inside game with an output like that, and then all of a sudden now you could box from the outside as well and get your man, you'll be a problem. Just straight up, it'd be the list of people that'll be able to beat your ass will get, significantly shorter if he improves his outside game to that level. That's what I think. And I think that's fair to say. And hopefully we see one of these fights moving forward. Any of these fights, any of these dudes mix it up. Walking cheat code, nah, he is, yo. And he said something about 75. He don't mind moving up when that time is right. It'd be a good fight. Danny and Harrison, facts, chop. I had did a video on that too, or a live, one of them. I don't even remember which one. I think it was a live though, but I was chopping that up about that too. That's a good matchup, yo. Let's see what Danny at. He looking to, stay at a certain level. I know he don't want no gimmies. I know he want to go up a notch. I think Tony Harrison is that next notch up. Go up there and see what you made of, Danny. You know what I'm saying? Finish cutting the grass. Appreciate you, my bro. Appreciate you, Jack. See you on the next one. I ain't gonna be here too much longer. I'm gonna just get into this last little part of it though, with El Rayo. And this, I've been meant to bring this up, but it hit me again. So I thought I'd bring it back up. And I just did the little salute to the Boxing Voice, because they did this little clip where he was talking about El Rayo fighting, and it sounded like he almost threw him under the bus to me. Sounded like he almost threw El Rayo under the bus. You won't make it crazy. Nah, facts. Ghost. He improved his jab, bro. He'd be a cheat code for real, man. Moving instead of moving. Appreciate you for stopping through, my bro. I'll catch you on the next one. I need him versus Castaño next. Hey, that's good. You see what I'm saying? All these fights are good fights, and with his attitude, when it's time to fight him, we gonna know who ducking, because I believe what he's saying. I don't think that dude's scared to lose. He just said it. He spoke. He ain't scared to lose. All right, please call Derek James. I'm telling you. Man, he need Derek James or Ismail Salas. That's make him a champion. I'm telling you, he need defense, bro. He need defense. El Rayo need el defense. You know what I'm saying? El Rayo need defense. You know what I'm saying? Crush. El Rayo need defense. Bad, Crush. We need it. Yeah, El Rayo should go try with Bozy Ennis something, right? And you know who went to doing some work with Bozy Ennis, Crush? You'll like this. Haven Brady, yo. Haven Brady hooked up with Bozy Ennis. That could be a good look for the young king. It ain't like he had no bad fight and none of that while he working with him. It seemed like he just understand that dude got something to bring or add to potentially to his game, and he went to go get that work with him. That's a good look, man. You need fundamentals and a lot of defensive work. That's a fact. But I'm gonna play this quick clip, man. It seemed like he almost threw him under the bus. Rayo, too great of a talent to be wasting his time at a camp who focused on offense only. Now that's the facts. That's the facts. Yeah, Crush, he went over there to Bozy. I said, oh man, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. But let me play this. Salute to the boxing voice again. But what y'all think of this, man? I'm gonna give y'all my thoughts on this, man, and we gonna get up out of here on this one. But let me play this clip.
At the end of the day, I think Rayo was not focused on that fight, and he knows that. You know, I did the best that I could, but at the end of the day, I can't babysit him day and night. You know, I knew something was not the same, but you know, sometimes you need to show these guys, you know, okay, you know, we have an obligation, man. You can't back out, man. You know, if it happens now, it's gonna happen again. So you learn from your mistakes.
So are you saying that he was reluctant to take that fight?
Well, you know, I like I said, you know, I just felt that the camp was not the same. You know? The camp was not the same.
Was it because
distractions?
Was it because of the opponent though? Because you know Jezreel, Jezreel was older. Maybe in his mind he's
no. It was just his discipline.
See, to me, seemed like he tried to like explain it off real quick. Oh, nah, it was distractions. It was just his discipline. Nah, go into detail. What distractions? What discipline? You said you did the best you could with him. You can't babysit him and hold his hand night and day. You can't babysit him night and day, something along them lines. You kind of, why as soon as your fighter lose, it got to be, I can't babysit him when he lose. Like, you did the best you could with him. Where's the self-accountability? Like, y'all didn't lose as a team. He lost by himself. This is why I'm saying that. I'm not trying to stir nothing up. Y'all know I don't over-exaggerate and none of that. You tell me I ain't logical about what I'm saying. Do this dude sound like he took any accountability for his fighter losing? I did the best I could with him. You know, I can't hold his hand night and day. I can't babysit him night and day. This is what he said. What do you mean? Like, why as soon as he lose, like, you did the best you could with him? Like, why? Whatever happened to we? You see the separation? And this ain't me making it up, y'all. Look how he talking. If I was El Rayo, I promise you I'd leave. I promise you that one clip right there would be enough for me to go seek another trainer, bro, on everything. You did the best you could. Like, you did. It was discipline, distractions, discipline. Nah, man, you almost seemed like he ain't want that smoke with dude either. That would have sound like he ain't really want smoke with old boy. He ain't want it. And Rayo's every attribute need to be great of his. Yeah, if he gets the right team, he could be 1 and 4. Yeah, for sure, bro. For sure, definitely. Yeah, he could be a cheat code. He could. About 5'10", 5'11". He is. He say about 5'11", I think he said. Jose Benavidez treats him like he's his son. He sees a lack of commitment. I'm glad he spoke on it, but he should have pulled him out of the fight if he saw something like that. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Lend him my footwork. Okay, Crush said lend him his footwork. Bro say he got him. He got him. As a coach, if you see your guys not focusing, got distractions which are impacting them and could get them hurt, pull them out of the fight. Yeah, either that or you making excuses. And again, it's crazy, bro. He's too focused on his sons. It could be, bro. But for him to say that, just tell me if I'm bugging. Yeah, I did the best I could with him. I can't babysit him night and day. Why is that the energy when he lose? Why is it we lost, man? Like we came up short. I ain't hear that. I ain't hear no team shit. I heard he sound like, yo, yeah, man. I tried with dude, man. I tried. I did the best I could, man. He got discipline issues. He was distracted. Hey, man, I tried. You know what I'm saying? I tried. Like, what? I can't babysit that dude. I tried. Nah, bro. That's throwing him under the bus, man. We being real, bro. That's throwing him under the bus. Just being 100, keeping it a buck. That's throwing your man clean under the bus. You ain't even rocking out with boy, man. That's crazy, bro. Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. Seen Rayo's story fight week on the club and posting booed up with his girl and shit. He back booed up with his girl too. I could have put that video. I could have put that video. He back celebrating with his chick. I ain't mad at him, but took a loss. Your ass need to be in the gym, not in the club for sure. All right, living the fighter's life outside the ring. Good question, AJ. Good question, bro. Good question. Look, but and again, I'm only saying It's not for calling him out for discipline. I don't even have a problem with him saying distracted and disciplined publicly. The problem with what he said to me, the way he worded it, I did the best I could with him. That's kind of like, you get what I'm saying? Well, I did this and all that's on him. Like I did what I could. Like he went out there and lost. That's just one way it sounded like to me. I know some people might think I'm crazy or I'm reaching, but that's what it sounded like to me. I did the best I could with him. I can't babysit him night and day. He elaborated a little bit. He let you know, like, look, this ain't my fault. This his fault. He lost. Nah, bro. Nah, my coach talk like that. You would not be my coach the following day, bro. Before that interview would be at the air, if I'm watching it live, before that shit would be able to be finished, you would be getting a call or text live. That's it with us, man. Bro, I'll be done with him. Nah, bro, you don't get to do that. Hell nah, man. Matter of fact, and before I get about it, I'm just going to play it one more time. You tell me if I'm tripping.
At the end of the day, I think Rayo was not focused on that fight. And he knows that, I did the best that I could. But at the end of the day, I can't babysit him day and night, I knew something was not the same. But, sometimes you need to show these guys, we have an obligation, man. You can't back out, man. If
Nah. What you mean? You can't back out. We got to show these guys. Show him what? You got an obligation. You can't back out. Nah. If you just said you seen something was wrong with your fighter, something was off, that's like throwing him to the wolves then. It's almost like, you know what? You're going to learn. Like he caught himself, y'all. Y'all ain't peeping. He caught himself and then he changed it. He tried to, you know what I mean? He caught himself, man. I don't know, man. I just hear it different, man. It sounded like a dude that was throwing his fighter under the bus, bro. Like, and that's what it is. You didn't take no self-accountability until your training. I did the best I could with him. We did the best we could. We came up short. What you the coach, bro. You a team. I'm about I did the best I could with him. I can't babysit him day and night. What? Man, you would have said, as soon as he would have said that, bro, relationship, we ain't cool no more, bro. You ain't doing me like that. Yeah, he know that, man. Come on, Jay, what's good with it, bro? Appreciate you pulling up. Now, Greg Hackett saying Rayo was partying and drinking and feeling himself and not dedicated to the craft. So again, and I'm glad you brought that up. Salute to my bro Jay Dixon for coming in the building, adding that. I'm glad you said that. Because again, when he said something was off in the discipline, again, y'all, just so we clear, I don't have a problem with him calling him out for that publicly. I have a problem with the beginning of what he said. I did the best I could with him. I can't babysit him night and day. It's like, I get it. He a grown man. He going to make his own decision. I get it. But it's like, why are you even phrasing it that way? As soon as it got thick, it's like you started to kind of create separation and kind of, hey, he lost. I trained him. Yeah, I can't be with him night and day. So everything he was doing outside, he should have been taking care of business. Sometimes we got to show these guys and then, we got an obligation. Nah, bro, if you knew something was off with your fighter, why did you let him fight? You can't play boxing and you know that. Jose Benavidez Sr., you know it. You can't play boxing, you can get your fighter hurt. You knew something was off, something wasn't right in the training camp, he lacked discipline. Why the hell is y'all fighting a damn knockout puncher? Man, you just threw him to the wolves. It didn't sound right. No accountability. I trained him. The rest was up to him. I can train him. That's all I can do. We get that. But it's just like I did the best I could, and that should have been enough. And he should have been able to win with it. No, bro. No. I ain't never seen you teach him no defense. He ain't never been defensive minded. So what you talking about, Jose? Has he been with your ass? So what about that? Because he get touched up in other fights too. Dudes just wasn't punching like dude was punching. Dudes wasn't coming how dude was coming. What's his name? De Los Santos or some shit like that. Edwin. He was whooping ass. And pardon me for butchering the name, but he whooped his ass and got dropped first. So again, don't miss me with you did the best you could. What about these other fights when he was getting touched up? This was bound to happen. Because he was all offense. This is what happens when you got defense as an afterthought. Do you understand? I'd rather be called born and be defensively responsible than be called excited and get fucking knocked out in a fight that I could win because I put defense. Defense is an afterthought to me. It's like background noise. You know what I'm saying? It's not a priority. You get what I'm saying? It's like an option. Maybe I'll be defensive at this point. Maybe I don't know. Defense, when you boxing, I don't care at what level. Defense is priority, not option, bro. It's not an afterthought. It's priority. First things first, protect yourself. That's why they tell you protect yourself at all times. Defense first, bro. You would never been that. None of your fight. Neither of your sons are that. David Benavidez ain't that. Jose ain't that. He worse than David. So you get what I'm saying? Don't do that. You threw your fighter under the bus. As far as calling him out for his discipline and focus, I don't have an issue with that. You just keeping it a buck. But that other part where you kind of try to create some separation, yo, I taught him, I did the best I could, and he went out there and lost, and I can't babysit him night and day. You shouldn't have to babysit him, but have some self-accountability. Yo, we lost. That's what I wanted to hear. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that at all. You just like, man, he lost by his damn self. That was weak, bro. Nah, you don't do your fighter like that. You'll be lucky. I'll be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he changed trainers, man. I swear I would. Facts, Jay. Facts. That's all. Like, damn, bro, you gonna do him like that? Like, yo, I did the best I could. Like, dude, you just threw me under the bus. Like, god damn. Yeah, man, it's about the health, man. I'm all for it. I'm all for the health of the fighter. If he wasn't focused and locked in, obligation my ass, fight off. Dude would have found another opponent. It happens all the time, bro. Fights go on. But I ain't sacrificing. Sound like you was willing to sacrifice your fighter to make an example out of him. Like, it's almost like in a weird way you wanted to teach him. Like, nah, man, you can't play with your career like that. Teach him a different way. Don't teach him by letting him get in there and get his head knocked off if his head ain't right. Be out there partying, drinking, and celebrating. Ain't got training camp and a big fight replacement opponent. You supposed to be on top of that, coach. I ain't trying to hear that, bro. It ain't about babysitting them. It's about laying the law, like being strict, understanding, hey, bro, this ain't gonna go. If I'm gonna train you, this ain't gonna go. Can't be in a club, not during one of the biggest fights of your life, bro. Nah, can't be in no club. You could be with your girl, you can't be in no club. Not drinking, bro. You ain't 100% committed, then why should I be? You get what I'm saying? But I ain't hear that. I heard him throwing him under the bus. Soon as the going got hot, he take his first L. You supposed to be supporting him, man. Hey, man, we gonna be back. Nah, he just wasn't focused, man. You ain't hear none of that. Now I ain't hear the rest. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's the rest. Y'all could go watch it. They got a full interview where they was talking to him. But maybe he said more, but just in that clip, it just didn't sound good. It sounded like you was kind of dumping your fighter under the bus a little bit. You get what I'm saying? That's all it is. Johnny Q, my bro, what's good with it? Appreciate you pulling up. How you feeling, fam? This thing gonna happen to his other son in December. All offense, no defense. Get you slept. They're gonna find out the hard way. I wonder what he's gonna say about the dude he called a monster. Hey, man. Not that I want to see Benavidez lose, because I don't at all. I ain't wishing on it, should I say. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen already, right? I'm not wishing on his downfall. But I would be interested to know what exactly would his father say if he does take a loss. Would he have the same energy the way he was talking with Rayo? Like, well, I did my best. And you know what I'm saying? I wonder would he be talking like that? And I don't think I'm over exaggerating, y'all. That was a clear, like, I ain't holding myself accountable, bro. You did this. I trained you and you that was more than enough. I can't hold your hand. Like, you should have went in there and beat him. Like, dude, ain't that your fighter? Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Nah, I ain't jacking that. He's a sucker for that. No, that's where the discipline lacks with senior. Facts. You get what I'm saying? Because look at the way he phrased it, Chop. Babysit. Why should you have to babysit a grown man? Nobody in the sport of boxing expects you to do that. But it's about having a mutual understanding and mutual respect for each other for him not to be, pissing off or like not being 100% committed to the job, to the task at hand. Because he did look a little different. He did look different in there. Not the fact that he just got knocked out. Before that, he did get a knockdown first, but on the way to that, he was getting touched early. He didn't look focused. He didn't. I don't know if he wanted to smoke with that dude or what, but it ain't look good. Yeah, he definitely need work defensively. Definitely, AJ. Got to work with. He was battling extremely bad depression a while back. Work was off. He had to fight 1 month away. You know what he did? We pulled him off the card. Facts. And salute to y'all for pulling him off the card, man. Health over wealth, bro. That bravado shit is gonna get you hurt. I don't care how tough you think you are, man. Sit your ass out when you need to sit your ass out. You know what I'm saying? It'll make you no less than no fighter. You know what I mean? You not ready. You ain't ready, bro. You know what I'm saying? You not. You at least, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt that one time you ain't ready. You ain't right. Now, I ain't saying do that in multiple fights, but first time around, yeah, you ain't right. Pull you out rather than get you hurt. Straight like that. It wasn't just a Rayo after you hurt instincts come in. Instinct wasn't to do what he needed to do to survive the rounds, to go fire and shoot shots, reckless. Facts. And where's that at? Where's that taught at, Ghost? in the gym, right? So again, you're gonna put all the onus on the fighter and you're gonna put all the responsibility on the fighter. What part did you play as a coach with him losing? Because again, when I hear you just blame him, I hear you just, you know what I mean, throwing him under the bus. Like, it's okay to hold him accountable, but accept some responsibility in the loss as well. I just didn't hear that in that particular clip. Now, whether he went on, which I doubt, went on to all of a sudden hold himself accountable, I don't think he did. He still spent a nice bit of time speaking on El Rayo and his shortcomings instead of like embracing the fact that, you know what I mean, something went wrong and they gonna fix some things. I ain't hear that. I heard like, yo, he basically like he gotta get it together because he wasn't focused. He got discipline issues. And I think that was weak. So like I said, man, if for some reason El Rayo ain't no longer rocking with him, we'll know why, y'all. We'll know why. From that damn interview. You know what I'm saying? Whole team accountable for that L, the head coach didn't give him good advice, teach him things he needed, and he himself didn't do what was needed. Yeah, it was a team L, not his L. That's all I'm saying, Ghost. And you just sound like he's separated from him. Nah, bro. You self accountability. Nah, bro. You responsible. Y'all lost together. Cause it ain't when he win, you the greatest coach, and then when he lose, it was him. Cause that's exactly what it was. All the wins, y'all won. All the wins, you taking the praise and teaching him and people saying how good he is. Then as soon as he loses, him. Nah. Just so y'all know, it ain't me bugging. It ain't me just making some shit up. That sounded crazy, and I felt the need to speak on that, man. I'm saying, yeah, this is not a situation where the coach is telling them everything right in the corner when they're giving advice. As the fighter didn't follow and got KO'd, they did not do their part either. Not just him. That's a fact, Ghost. Appreciate you for adding that, my bro. I do him out. Appreciate you, bro. You see you on the next one, man. And I'm almost done here anyway. I just wanted to cook on this situation. You know what I'm saying? I thought it needed to be talked about. Rayo, I would look into a new trainer if I was you. That dude sound like when you win, it's y'all. When you lose, it's you. That's what I heard. That's how I interpret it. I'm a logical, reasonable person. That's the way he was saying it. I didn't hear any team type energy in the mix. I just heard, yo, it's your fault. You did it. You got discipline issues. You was distracted. You get what I'm saying? Ty Rob, salute, my bro. Appreciate you for pulling up, man. Appreciate you. And salute to you. Keep grinding, bro. I'm going to be rocking with you. I'm going to be tuning in as well. You know, let me get you right, too. Right when you come over here, but man, appreciate all y'all in the building. Y'all smash that like button for me if y'all haven't. Rayo called Derrick James. You'll be a champ in 2 years. You need Derrick, yeah, or somebody that practice fundamentals and defensive responsibility. You know what I'm saying, Ghost? I don't like fighters that treat defense as background noise or like an afterthought or like a prime, you know, like a part-time option, like a sometime option. Nah, bro. Defense first. Defense first. Defense, I don't care what kind of fighter you think you are. Defense should be a priority. Period. I don't care who you are. Defense ain't a priority. A knockout loss is in your near future, bro. You gonna come in there and think you gonna buzz all through everybody and you just gonna, you know what I mean, chop everybody down because you could punch. No, sir. You got to knock down first and you still got beat. You see that the dude wasn't playing. That blitzing you tried wasn't working. Salute to my bro, Southern T. What's good with it, T? Appreciate you for pulling back up. I was just wrapping up in here, man, about these couple topics. You know, I heard an interesting interview with Sebastián Fundora, and I appreciated his energy when he spoke on, you know, potential fights with Tony Harrison, Jermell, Charlo, Danny Garcia. He was very realistic. The energy you know, the words he spoke, you know, the way he phrased it, you know what I mean? He was right on point, spot on. That's the kind of energy you want out of a young fighter, willing to take any tough fights necessary to get him to the next level. I just wanted to hit on that, and I broke down a little bit how I felt like those fights would go. You already know, bro. You know, welcome to the family, bro. Appreciate you for pulling up, you know what I mean? Back through. Amen. Appreciate you, my bro. You know it. Appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm gonna keep rocking out. You already know. Yeah, man. Ryan gonna get his head punched off, my bro. We gonna get his head punched off, Johnny. Spence style what Ryan wants to do, go to where he at, not where David at. Yeah, man, you make a point, bro. Appreciate you, AJ. Appreciate all y'all in the building. You already know, Rob. Appreciate you, bro. Fundora is my CTV. And now, Johnny, you know, just if y'all want, you know, watch that fight hype, or just go back a little bit while I was playing the interview, either or watch that fight hype interview. You know what I mean? He spoke on, you know, potential fights with like Tony Harrison. That's a fight he'd want. He felt like Danny Garcia is a money fight. Who wouldn't want to make money? He'd like to fight him. To ask him, do he think he would stop Danny? Said he don't know until he get in there with him. Maybe after the first round or something. Maybe he could tell then. I thought all his answers was realistic. The only thing that not even surprised me because the way he phrased it. If he was to fight Charlo, being that Charlo the champion, he would want to knock him out. He would see that fight being in a knockout. Like maybe if he could get a stoppage against him, because said going against the champion, you're already down 2 rounds. So to take it out of the judge's hands, he would try to knock Charlo out. You know what I'm saying? And he would like to fight Danny or Tony Harrison as well. You know what I'm saying? I liked all his energy, man. Sebastián Fundora, I'm more of a fan of Fundora after today, yo. After that fight hype interview from today, a little earlier today, I salute him. That's the energy you're supposed to, know what I mean? That's how you're supposed to represent your sport, man. Willing to take on any tough test, don't duck no smoke. If the mandatories is who I gotta fight, that's who I gotta fight. He said Charlo's strong, you know, talented, disciplined. He a true champion. That's what a champion is. Say he would love to fight him. He said he feel like he would be able to hang in there with him because he feel like he been challenging himself, taking these tough fights already. So, you know what I'm saying? See, Jose blame Rayo for the L. Pretty much, bro. He blamed El Rayo. And it was a little while ago. I've been meaning to touch up on this, but it kind of slipped by me. So I just knew I ain't heard nobody else cook on it. So I felt like Jose Benavidez Sr. threw El Rayo under the bus. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he said, Link, I got you, Brody. He said when it's it felt like to me when he win, it's them. They won as a team, and when he lose, it's like I did the best I could with him. I tried. You know what I mean? I can't. Yeah. I got the little clip. If that's what you're talking about. Which one? Fundora or the? Are you talking about Rayo clip? But yeah, man.
Yo, what the hell? Jose Benavidez say about
Rayo? Like, let me play. I'm gonna play the little clip, and you tell me because I don't think I'm bugging the family.
Rayo, my boy, he threw the man under the bus.
I just seem like it. Just listen to it for me, because I know you logical too. So you gonna see where I was going with. I'm gonna play it.
At the end of the day, I think Rayo was not focused on that fight, and he knows that. You know, I did the best that I could, but at the end of the day, I can't babysit him day and night. You know, I knew something was not the same, but you know, sometimes you need to show these guys, you know, okay, you know, we have an obligation, man. You can't back down, man. You know, if it happens now, it's gonna happen again. So you learn from your mistakes.
So are you saying that he was reluctant to take that fight?
Well, you know, I like I said, you know, I just felt that the camp was not the same. You know? The camp was not the same.
Was it because
distractions?
Was it because of the opponent though? Because you know, Jermell was older. Maybe in his mind, he's like,
no. It was just his discipline.
Yeah, he threw that man straight up under the bus, bro.
See how he did him early, and just so I was being clear with the fam, the discipline and the focus part, I don't have an issue with you addressing that publicly at all. I don't, but I did the best I could with him type deal, and I can't babysit him. Like, so that telling me you creating separation. When he was winning, you was taking credit for training him, and people was giving you hella praise. Now, as soon as he lost, I did the best I could. And
then to say, I saw it in the camp. But motherfucker, you were supposed to pull him out if you saw it in the camp.
Mm-hmm.
You can't follow through. You got to learn. Nah, you don't use his record as a learning, as a building block, not on purpose anyway. If he happened to lose, then you go from there. But how you gonna say, oh, I knew it was coming.
Mm-hmm.
It was coming. Well, when your fighter had that 1 day replacement, your fighter ain't do nothing to pull out that fight. His opponent pulled out the fight. He didn't do nothing wrong. He was supposed to sit the fuck down then. If you knew he won right, that was your chance to not have him go in there unfocused.
Facts.
You as a trainer, you don't send your fighter in there unfocused, knowing he unfocused, and still give him a 1 day replacement.
Mm-hmm. A knockout artist at that. That's knocking people's shit loose. that wanted to win. You did that.
I did the best I could do. What you mean you didn't do the best you could do? Your fighter lost.
You exactly. So that's the best you could do is get knocked out. Okay. And throw your fighter under the bus. Bet. So you didn't train him, is what you're saying. Oh, I did the best I could. I can't babysit him night. I can't hold his hand. Whatever. I can't babysit him night and day. What? So now when he loses, I can't babysit him, and I did the best I could. Not we did the best we could, and we came up short. You a sucker for that. Hey, Rayo, you probably won't hear this, but if you hear JusDu say, get you another trainer, bro. Go get you another trainer. Yeah, it sound like he created separation, right, bro? I told you. I know I wasn't tripping. No, I was like, I ain't hear nobody cook on it, so I know in terms of talking about it, even though that was a little older, it didn't expire. Still fresh enough. I like El Rayo, man. He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready, but to throw him under the bus smooth like that, nah, bro, you can't do him like that. And again, Fundora, I will lead his live being a bigger fan of Fundora. When you talk like that, and you realistic about who you can fight next and what fight you would like. Not just being a camera whore and attention whore, being like, yeah, I knocked Danny Garcia out. When they asked him, he like, yo, I don't know until I get in there. Like, you know, everything he said was cool. I was cool with. Even with him feeling like the way he phrased it about knocking Charlo out, saying he ready. I'm cool with that too. I'm cool because you willing to fight whoever. Mandatories. He even touched on the weight shit, bro. Like whenever my body tell me it's time to go, I'm going up. Like, you get what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, Fundora, damn. I ain't know I liked you this much, bro. Like, hey, okay. And that's just the energy that we want our top fighters or our prospects on the way up, moving their way into that contender space. That's how you want them to behave. And that's real championship talk that he was talking right there without the belts. That's why I say, man, don't take no belt for you to behave like no champion, man. That's how you get there with that attitude. And of course, he's gonna have to be able to whoop some ass too, but we know he could do that. And if he get better, like Ghost was saying, if he got better from the outside, boxing that range, he could be real dangerous because his inside game is hell for people. And he got a motor with a crazy punch output. So it's wild. Did the best he can when it got stopped. Facts, Ghost, because basically what I was saying, and you saying the best you could do is get stopped. That's what you saying early in what, 3 rounds? That's what you saying. Oh no, the best Rayo could do was get stopped, right? Because you wasn't there. You ain't had nothing to do with that, right? Because you can't hold his hand and babysit him in. You know what I'm saying? You did the best you could. Yeah, okay. Sucker. I'd be like, I swear if I was at Rayo, I had that on repeat. Boy, I'll send that straight to his phone. I'd be like, this right here is the interview that made me say I'm done with you, bro. I swear I'd do him like that. You want to go up on a podcast and be weird. All right, bro, good. I lost, and he probably still halfway concussed, and you going to do him like that? Nah, you probably still got an ice pack to his skull somewhere sitting at home, and you go throw boy under the bus like that. Nah, bro. You don't deserve El Rayo, man. He too good of a talent, man. Derek James, man, where you at, man? Go help him out. Ishmael Salvas, man. Where you at, man? Where you at, man? El Rayo needs some help, man. Coach throwing him under the bus, bro. I did the best I could. I guess you did the best you could against Danny Garcia, too. You running out of people to say you did the best you could. You did the best you could with Jose Jr. You did the best you could with Rayo. Or, you know what I'm saying? What's next? Don't say it, David. Don't say it, boy. He lose. I wonder what he'd say. What if David Benavidez fight his next fight, he lose? This dude go back on the boxing voice and be like, "Hey, man, I did the best I could with David." That'd be crazy. That'd be wild. That'd be wild, yo. If he do that to his son, bro. Let me give my bro his promotion percentage. Before that, just played that clip. Oh, yeah. Nah, facts. You seen him. You seen Fundora growing up, man. Ashley Corner, what's good, Queen? Appreciate you for pulling back up. How you feeling? Is this in here chopping it up? Roja, what's good with it? What'd he say about Rayo? That want me to play it again? I know y'all don't mind. I'll play it again for y'all. It's all good. It's only 54 seconds.
the end of the day, I think Rayo was not focused in that fight, and he knows that. You know, I did the best that I could, but at the end of the day, I can't babysit him day and night. You know, I knew something was not the same, but you know, sometimes you need to show these guys, you know, okay, you know, we have an obligation, man. You can't back out, man. You know, if it happens now, it's gonna happen again. So you learn from your mistakes.
So are you saying that he was reluctant to take that fight?
Well, you know, I like I said, you know, I just felt that the camp was not the same. You know?
The camp
was not the same.
Was it because
distractions?
Was it because of the opponent though? Because you know, Jermell, Jermell was older. Maybe in his mind, he's
no. It was just his discipline.
Nah, yeah, Danny was in there looking rejuvenated. Ghost, I ain't gonna lie. He was bouncing on his toes in the 12th round. His punch output was high. Jose Benavidez Jr. was like a punching bag, yeah. A punching bag. He lucky that was Danny's first fight and he ain't acclimate to the weight, because something tell me he could potentially in his next fight look like his punch is a little bit harder. We gonna see though. It's still, the jury's still out on Danny. I ain't gonna make no decisions just yet. I need to see him at the weight one more time against somebody solid to see if I feel like his power transition with him. After the first fight, I didn't see it, but let's see if he, you know, as he acclimates to that weight and fighting at the weight or whatever, how he look. But yeah, he definitely like a hell of a boxer that night. Facts, yo. Facts, Ghost. Christian and Billy B's David Benavidez. You know, Ghost, how Ghost feel about that, Rose. Appreciate you for pulling up too, bro. Was good with you guys. Fundora, you guys know I got him. Man, my fantasy fight, it's Fundora and Spence. I feel Fundora at that level. Shit, Teach, he feel like he kind of at that level too, Teach. He feel like he been getting tested tough. And what you appreciate about what he was saying is that's the path he want to stay. He want to stay within the top 10. He want the toughest fights because he said he feel like that's what's going to help him grow as a fighter. That's what he need. That's the energy you want. He said, I'm not about to sit here and like call a bunch of people out. That's why I wanted to make sure I ain't make it seem like he called nobody out. But he just spoke on their names once they asked him, you know, how all fighters do. But he was responsible and realistic in his responses. And I liked it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate his energy in this interview. Salute again to Fundora, man, for being a real one. Yeah, I don't see him beating Mel at all. Billy gonna retire that dude. This dude here, he's strong too, man. And Billy got Morel, Andre, dude's looking for his star pupil. Jose, prepare your excuses. We on your case. Damn, Rayo didn't want to take the fight. He knew it sounded like it, right? Man, Ness knew what he was hearing in that situation. He knew what that shit sounded like, Johnny. He knew. Sounded like you was saying he ain't really want no smoke with dude. Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm in the WBC rankings. Life-changing power. Yo, y'all crazy, yo. I ain't want to see Fundora fight Harrison, get that over with, then beat him belly. Yeah, I want to see that too. He said he'd fight Tony Harrison too. I think Tony Harrison got the feet to make Fundora struggle. And hopefully if his gas tank don't run out, Fundora be in trouble, because I think he'd make him box at range or try to, you know what I mean, make him box and not fight him, because Tony Harrison ain't going to stand in no pocket and fight him. That'd be stupid. And he didn't hurt me once. Yo, I'm telling you, yo, I swear, right, Ash? I said that too. Watch he try to say that, like he ain't hurt him, like that matter. He beat you up though. He might didn't hurt you that bad, but he damn sure beat you up clean. Getting stopped by the end of 2023. He sucks as a coach. Dude thinks offense all that matters. He training guys in the art of getting CTE. Take. Salute, Queen. Appreciate you for pulling back up. Oh yeah, it goes crazy, yo. For real, Harrison is a tougher fight for Fundora than Mel. It could be stylistically. Yeah, teach style from a style standpoint. Yeah. But I think Mel would move just enough for Fundora and be able to counter and clip him and beat him to the punch, I believe, because of the IQ, the smarts, and Mel just being a better fighter than that guy, smarter. And I think realistically stronger too. I think Mel's definitely stronger than Fundora, and I think he'd get that boy some problems, man. I think he'd beat his body up too. But I get what you're saying stylistically. Yeah, I get where you're going with that. At least they're going pro in their 20s nowadays. Yeah, facts. Harrison is the worst fight Danny could take at 54. Yo, it is from a style standpoint. I'm telling you, it really is, yo. Boxing around him, I'm telling you, it make it hard for Danny, yo. Like a promo, they come extra strong, hungry, and tuned in because of the challenges. Yeah. These dudes coming in really wanting to do damage for real. And it shows, man. They ain't gonna be able to deny him forever, Roja, because he keep winning, bro. Like, get what I'm saying? It's only so long politics could hold you back as long as you keep beating people ass. It's like, that's one thing that some of these fighters do be patient about. They know it's like Boots is one of them. That's why I feel like he is a special breed. He ain't whining about his position. He understands completely. Yo, let me just keep beating these people impressively, keep beating them up, knocking them out, knocking them off one by one, and they gotta fight me sooner or later. I'm telling you, that dude really is mental is what's gonna take him even further. Outside of the things that he do inside the ring, it's gonna be his mental. And I'm telling you, his mindset, his mentality is gonna take him far. BC is the best example. Yeah, I like his energy. I like Robisi. Like his power. Y'all smash that like button for me if y'all have it, man. But let's get the likes up. If y'all ain't hit that button, smash it for me. And Billy Olympian won rounds against Aaron Lopez. Folks understand how hard that is. He's been a star with what he brings, but the politics held him back. Yeah, and I could believe that goes. And again, only the way that he fight back from the against the politics literally is to fight back. Every opportunity beat somebody's ass. I'm telling you, yo, they won't be to ignore him because they'll jump on the bandwagon. Even if it's later than sooner, they'll jump on it eventually, yo. He keeps sparking people and knocking people out. They're going to have to fight him because people going to keep talking about him. Yes, sir, man. Y'all smash that like button for me if y'all haven't. But like I said, man, this was another good conversation, man. That I pretty much doubt that you'll see too many people even talk about because everybody is, talking the popular shit. So I do the shit that's going to be a good conversation. And I think all of us could agree Fundora against a Charlo, Garcia, or Harrison will all be entertaining fights. Danny versus Harrison, entertaining fight. You get what I'm saying? I've been walking with Bernie Sanders Sarah across the sea to get a shot at earning a little bit of money. That's going to pay up. He here to hurt dudes badly. That's what I'm saying. He putting that pain in the ring, Ghost. He taking it out on people the right way. If Poacher used to be hungry like that, he lost his hunger, and now all his momentum is gone. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, dude, he start taking them losses. Best skilled boxer at 54. I think obviously the champion is definitely one of them. You know what I mean? It's hard for me to say. I guess the easy answer would be Charlo because it would be no doubt. I think he's more skilled than what people give him credit for too, especially being that his knockout power, his power had been on display, more so recently. I feel like people almost forgot that this dude was a boxer first. So he's definitely highly skilled. Look at the adjustments he made in the Castaño fight. Look how much of a difference it made. Like the difference was the first fight was like nip and tuck all the way through. The second one, it was competitive for like the first quarter. Then he started creating separation and then knocked him out. That's why I said the performance to me was like a A- type deal. You know what I'm saying? A-, A+ type shit because he did two things was different. He created that separation and then he knocked him out. It wasn't like it was nip and tuck all the way up into the knockout. No, it was competitive early. Then he started creating the separation, clearly beating him, putting rounds in the bench, and then he knocked him out. That Jermell Charlo to me is definitely one of the most skilled 54 pounders. He's like 38 by the time got that brother. I have to fight him. Got a good channel, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate that, Rob. I want to say in terms of boxing skills, Harrison, I'm with you on that. You see Harrison, I said that second. I said the easy answer is Charlo, but Harrison is a pure boxer. He's nice, man. very technically sound, fundamentally sound, well schooled, great feet. I mean, good punch selection, and he got better power than what I heard some people give him credit for. Some people like he ain't got power like that. Stand there and let Tony Harrison hit you if you want. See if he don't rock your shit. I don't know what Tony Harrison people been watching.
Roger, you where you heard Gladden versus O'Keefe was next? You heard that? You heard that, or you speculate?
No, he said y'all think Gladden can beat O'Coley because that's next. Oh shit!
Gladden from Atlanta.
That was very skilled too, aggressively skilled. Harrison is smarter, silky smooth. Like, you get what I'm saying? More relaxed, kind of. You know what I mean? Less aggression, so he fight with, like, you know, smooth pace in there. Harrison, like, he'd paint a picture on you, yo. I'm telling you, that's what he did with Sergio Garcia to me. I was glad myself to see that performance because it was a big difference on how he looked to fight before that, and you could tell his mind was clear, and that's the Tony Harrison you need. That's the one that's hard to beat. I'm telling you, he was in his bag. Charlo, one of your dad's favorite boxers right now. Yeah, Charlo is real, man. It's both of them, respectfully. It's just one of them been seizing the opportunities, taking advantage of the opportunities. The other one been getting bad breaks and kind of sitting around for Canelo to fight him in a sense, which is unfortunate. So it's like now they on two totally different ends of the spectrum right now. It's crazy. One momentum just continuously gaining, and the other one is stuck to try to figure it out. But I believe in due time, man. He'll get his shit together, man. I'm optimistic about that. They literally announced it in the ring after the last win. Oh, they did? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Harrison is a coach. Cold. I got a little more faith in Bumgarner because of that, and I think people are thinking she's all athleticism and no boxing skill. No, it's her athleticism is just easy to identify and recognize because she's a hell of an athlete, and it don't take you long watching her to realize that. So I think that jumps out at you first, but I think her skill is right there too. You know what I'm saying? I think she just, of course, it's going to be contrasting styles. It's going to be cool to see how they mesh because if Michaela Mare, I think, get her too bold, I think she could find herself getting hurt in there. Folks need to be careful. Harrison students, he's an amazing coach. He has a bright future ahead as a coach as well as a boxer. Yeah, I like Harrison as a coach and a boxer. He's just a smart dude. He's a smart dude. You could tell he's been taught very well. He's very smart. And to be honest with you, in fights, it never was a lack of skill that failed him. It never was a skill thing that failed him in any of his fights. It was his gas tank and then his chin once his gas tank depleted. You get what I'm saying? And of course, I think it's easier to catch somebody once they obviously tired, and it's easier to put them down once they tired. So it used to be a combination of both more so than him just being him having a glass chin, because I don't think that's the case. But I think he's very vulnerable and susceptible to KOs like anybody. It's just like shit in fight night. Your energy depleted and stamina on fight night. What happened? You get rocked much easier or you get stopped much easier. It's pretty much like real life. Not to say that boxing is a game, but from that aspect and that being in a video game, that is real. Your ass is tired. You get caught easily. You get dropped. What was Wilder? His energy was depleted in Wilder Fury 3. Depleted. What happened? He got dropped because of it. He was clearly more tired than he was hurt. You get what I'm saying? The dude kept getting the fuck up. Clearly told you he's different. He's more tired than hurt for sure. So that'd be the case with Harrison. He'd be tired and he'd get caught. His gas tank don't fail him. I think his chin will hold up just fine. And I like his chances against, of course, a Danny Garcia. I like his chances against a Fundora. I think Mel will could be always something like a kryptonite for him, kind of. But then again, he could still hold that narrow victory that he did get in the first fight. So, you know what I'm saying? Just definitely wanted to plan needs to up his defense. Yeah, Roger, I don't know, man. I always feel like the fighters that make sure defense is a priority along with the offense are going to be some of the best, man. I hate fighters that abandon defense for offense completely, like, you know what I mean, where it's just like an afterthought to you, you know what I'm saying, where you wait till you start getting punched on to realize, oh shit, I'm supposed to be blocking and slipping some of these. Yeah, goddamn it, you can't just be blocking shots with your chin or thinking you going to overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? Just swarm your opponents all the time. Some people know how to navigate through the swarm, weather the storm, and get you. And punch in between your punches and catch you with shit. So that shit just not gonna always work. That punch first approach don't always work. Harrison coach blocks for sure. Facts. Definitely. The change is dealing with a lot right now. He always had a gas issue in the past. Nothing he can't fix. Facts. He did. Appreciate you, Rob, man. See you on the next trip, bro. See you on the next one. But yeah, man, I appreciate all y'all pulling up, man. This was another good conversation, man. Y'all know what my slogan is, man. I ain't here to break the news. I'm here to have a conversation. Like I've been saying, and I think we had a hell of a conversation. So on that note, salute to my bro T for coming up here, kicking it with me. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Y'all smash that like button for me. If y'all haven't, y'all stay tuned because, like I said, I might just do one more before the night out. 6 o'clock, so y'all stay tuned for sure. Harrison Fundora fights Harrison Fundora. Probably being stuck in the outside. Once Fundora sticks on him, it's an issue. Yeah, if Harrison gas tank deplete at any point, Fundora will catch up to him a lot easier, and that's where the fight will become very tough for Tony Harrison to win. But as long as he could, stay out of the range of him just unloading on him and, kind of lower that punch output by giving him a moving target, he give himself a much better chance. It's something I definitely think he could do. I definitely think he could figure out a way to conserve his gas tank in a way whereas he's not depleted when he get to them later rounds. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a good fight nonetheless. But appreciate all y'all for pulling back up for the second time. Salute to the Queen, Ashley's Corner. Y'all go sub to the Queen if y'all haven't. Salute to my bro Teach and T. And get home safe, bro. Appreciate all y'all in the building. Hit that button for me on the way out. And I'm up out of here. Peace.